Before I proceed with this video, I understand it might be a little bit too long for some of you. So, by all means, if something's caught your eye, if you want to look at it right now, consider scrolling down, looking in the description. You will see everything is chaptered. We got a pretty interesting looking rust ore this week. What are your thoughts, though? Do you like it more compared to the previous week? Well, I mean, that was Lunar New Year, so yeah, there you go. Anyway, the first ever barbecue skin to be accepted into Rust, Nuke Vibe, looking very cool. Too much surprise, Neville Camo. Well, that got the collection continuation pretty quick. It was competing against Black Ops, so yeah, I think it earned its place. Another spinning wheel, but that one glows in the dark. Ooh. What happened to Sinotype collection? Well, there's one big bad problem that we'll talk about in a bit. But yeah, the skin creator decided to continue it, and now he's dabbling into garage doors. So, guess we'll see Sinotype garage door collection now. What? No Mercy SKS. Honestly, that wasn't really a surprise. We're kind of expecting that to happen. But there's a very, very, very interesting detail of that SKS. You might want to skip ahead and find out what that is, because it looks pretty cool. Okay, we're just going to instantly return to HellCore collection. Cool. All right. Well, I'm not going to be upset at that. That's fine. I like that. Another transparent aim sight. $4 though. That's $4. We might be finding out that might be a bit of an issue for that Thompson. What do you mean? Well, we'll find out in a second when we talk about it. Brand new skin creator with a AK-47. Props to him. Now, it was a bit of a surprise. With these free skins over to here, they were extra late picks. Hazma Sheepman Adore was fairly recent though. That's true. That came out like in January time on the Rust Workshop. But that Sea Survival kit bag, 3 months it had been waiting. So the Armored Double Door is the focused item of the month for March 2026. Yep. And loads of skin creators made some very interesting, very, very nice looking designs. To potentially be Armored Double Doors. Face Punch goes ahead and accepts the skin from a year and a half ago instead. Cool. Thank you. So, cool. Yeah, so that happened. Anyway, feel free to comment below. Out of all those skins, which one's your favourite? What are you looking at that could potentially be a very nice investment? Next question to ask. Out of all these skins, which ones are and are not abnormal? Well, it's going to be pretty quick because I can confirm to you, No Mercy SKS and the Sea Survival bag, both of them are not abnormal, okay? Now, if you're a little bit confused, if you're sitting there thinking, what's an abnormal? It's terminology I use for certain skins that become marketable before the Rust even rotates. And basically, we can use that time to our advantage to get some early insight to figuring out if the skin actually has good demand, whether it could actually retain its value in the further future. So last night, as an example, this is the Raskin Abnormal Barders for March 5, 2026. The previous week was Lunar New Year 2026, week 2, and we got this Chinese panel wooden double door skin being accepted. It is pretty insane. All of that is just transparency. We were questioning everything. We were trying to figure out, could we potentially see another wooden double door skin being submitted anytime soon? Well, Easter is just around the corner. It's the very first week of April. It's April 5th this year, I believe. That might cause issues. Especially if we do see wooden double doors being produced for that. Imagine if someone thinks, you know what, I could do the exact same amount of transparency, just make it Easter themed. What happens then? What do you reckon? So, yeah, we questioned a lot, but at the end of the day, we did the abnormal barders. The barders were looking strong. It didn't look like this wooden double door was going to crash and burn anytime soon. So, I bought 100 of them. Abnormal barders will make you a lot more confident with certain skins. So, here's hoping I can flip that for some sweet, delicious profit in the future. Yeah. Cool. Right, so, abnormals, very helpful, and I think a lot of people are going to find out that once you've learned about that, Ruskin investing isn't too hard. He says, so, throughout 2025, every week passes and we see a brand new Sinotype skin being accepted. Once it fully wraps up, Then we find out Face Punch has decided to do this. Come on, work for me. There you go. Storage box pack. Boxes DLC. We first found out about this on the commits back in November, right? That far back. 5 months ago, apparently. So we first found out about it back then. I even talked about it in a video. Surely this boxes DLC is not going to be like Face Punch's very own storage collection, right? Well, yes, it is. It's priced at $18. What? That's ridiculously low. Well, not okay. Personally, I believe if they were to sell a set, it should have been sold for about $30. I believe people would still approach that saying, "Yeah, it's worth it. It's fine. It's all good." But it would have helped out the other collections, the other storage collections. But I guess they just didn't care. So, oh, great, wonderful. So people just bought all those skins. Now they've all lost half their value. Great. So, goodness, oh no. So, all right. Point made, understood. Let me also point out, if we could just quickly look at the charts today, you'll notice that Rust has been doing very good for itself. Rust peaked at about 180,000 today. But over the course of tomorrow and the next day, wouldn't surprise me if we surpass that as well. Could we actually reach all the way up to 200,000? Or, nah, what do you reckon? So, all right, cool. Understood. Back over to here. Well, should I now go through all the skins? Should I discuss, could they actually work out as very nice investments, perhaps? Well, how about we get started? Hazma sheet metal door. Sorry for the brief pause there. I was kind of lost for words. So for all those people out there, stand up, you know who you are. The people who absolutely despise anime. You've lost. You've lost. You've lost. Sorry. Basically, you might not care for it, but I can confirm to you, a lot of people do care for it. So let's just switch over to here and remind you, on January 8, 2026, we saw the Hazma Garage Door skin being accepted. After the first 24 hours of sales, it did just over 20,000 subscribers. Yep, 20, not 24, 20. Right? And of course, once it all ended, it had over 51,000 subscribers. Although I should point out, this Rust Door kind of stuck around for a little bit longer because, well, the Rust Door didn't rotate until very late, if that makes sense. So, yeah, there was complications, and this got like an extra half a day in the Rust Door. So, anyway, that sold a ridiculous amount, and it ended up perfectly in the positive. So, back over to here. We now have the sheet metal door. It took 5 weeks to finally see this being accepted. I can confirm to you, there was a lot of support behind it. A lot of interest behind it. So, how do I say this appropriately? As an example, I'm always making short videos showcasing skins, and I'll put them on TikTok. They'll probably at best do a good few hundred views, maybe a good few thousand views if it does really nicely. But basically, with that specific sheet metal door, I showed it off in the past. That's one of the highest viewed things I've ever had. I think right now it's pushing up to 80,000 views. For Hedge, that's ridiculous, all right? So, what are we? 7 hours in now almost? Yep, 7 hours in almost. It was an early Rust rotation because, of course, it was much force wipe. I really wouldn't be surprised if that actually matches up quite close to what we saw at the garage door. But will this actually then, are you actually going to retain your value? Are you going to be in demand? Is everything going to be A-okay? Well, that's a lovely question to ask, Hedge. It's not super easy to understand. Okay. Sheet metal doors by default, right? They don't tend to really go up in price that much. So we could actually see this right here. How many of them are currently in the negative? Well, why not try and point out one that's actually in the positive? Well, you got Cobalt Jungle. Shut up. Anyway, the vast majority of these are down bad. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. So, okay. I honestly think the power of anime would just be far too powerful. I'm not joking. People love anime skins. All right. That very likely will be sending a very similar amount. So be prepared for such a thing. If you already bought one for yourself because you like it, that's not an investment. That's a treat for yourself. Don't worry. But if you're looking to potentially try and grab like 100 of them, yeah, let's do the abnormal barders first. And then afterwards, we could consider buying some afterwards. All right? Sounds good? Cool. So in regards to that, I do believe that Sheep Door has a very interesting future ahead of it. Pending if the demand sticks around, okay? So, as I said, keep an eye on it. Nuke Vibe Barbecue. So here's a bit of a problem. I don't know what to expect. I don't know if people actually care about skinned barbecues. I mean, to have it and to be able to do it would be perfectly fine, perfectly cool. It's just, you know. Nuke Vibe Collection is not very in demand. Let's just get a quick Pikachu because, yes, it's not doing super great numbers at the moment. So I'm not feeling very confident with it. I don't have a solid answer to give you, but I would imagine a lot of role players and people just goofing around would probably appreciate a skin for the barbecue. You know, the designated cook, well, he needs his right equipment, so keep an eye out. Again, if you just happen to like it, treat yourself, just buy it. Buy it, use it, enjoy it, support the skin creator, keep them nice and motivated to keep wanting to put out nice creative designs in the future, alright? Cool. Naval Camo Tier 2. I have but one concern. Will it match up to the sales we saw with the hoodie and pants? That's it. That's literally it. Hoodie and pants, both of them did just over 26,000 subscribers. If the Tier 2 at the very least reached 20,000, as time goes on, I wouldn't be surprised that it still works out nicely, but if it does match up okay, all of the skins should be like reasonably good. If the Tier 2 ends up selling quite a bit less, oh my, that hoodie and pants might have some issues. Anyway, so basically what I'm talking about, we'd love to see the hoodie and pants succeed. But if the Tier 2 only does about 20,000, no less than 20,000 heads, you already said 20,000 is pretty good. So let's just say I only did about 15, those hoodie and pants are going to crash and burn. So the Tier 2's in a perfectly fine spot. Because after this, we can still see boots and gloves, Tier 3. It's just, yeah. Those hoodie and pants happened to sell wild numbers last month when we had a lot of people playing the game. So keep an eye on it. By default, I am expecting collection continuations to be made. I wouldn't be surprised if we see that fairly soon. I think this should probably be doing pretty sweet. Again, it was pretty quick to see this being accepted. What's stopping, you know, some very nice Tier 3 armor being accepted now, huh? Or boots and gloves, So, okay, cool. Abnormal. Let's bide our time and wait, and potentially we'll get some very interesting opportunities. Yes. But, yeah, that Naval Camo, it's doing well for itself. Could we still see more? Right then, so we also happen to have the No Mercy SKS. This is an interesting white design, not abnormal though, but standard price. I won't be surprised if that actually picks up and potentially becomes one of the top 3 selling skins. I think barbecue will slow down. So looking at this, have you seen it at night time? It's really impressive. It stands out very nicely. It's so bright, it looks as if it's glowing. It doesn't actually look as if it's literally glowing, but it's so bright, it might as well be. So, okay. Is that going to be enough for it? Not really sure what else to say. I could look at the previous other SK skins. Well, not exactly doing super grand, super amazing. So, okay. In regards to what we see of this, let's keep an eye out. Let's, wait it out a bit longer. That's not abnormal. We can still wait until Wednesday, Thursday, see what it looks like by then. Sales, subscribers, we'll probably have a better answer. We'll probably have a better way to approach it. So, yeah, I'd rather just take my time. Yep. So, keep an eye on it. It is special. Consider skipping ahead to get a good look at what it looks like in game. Sinotype farm garage door. Right, so we've already had a farm themed garage door being accepted quite some time back. You might recall. Neon storage collection. Well, that also made a whole bunch of deployables. So where am I looking? Where am I looking? It is list. There it is. Done. Boom. Big problem. What's the big problem? This right here. Oh, it's not looking very pretty. This is basically what we're expecting with the brand new farm garage door. Initially, for a while, I do remember it was looking pretty cool. Looks as if people were actually going to appreciate this. But, you know, it's just not exactly doing super great anymore. It has been recovering for a while. But, yeah, most skins were like that. I kind of get the feeling with this existing at a cheaper price, what we have going on over, well, over here is just, yeah. I'm not sure if that's going to be a-okay. I feel like that's going to drop off. But if we see a whole lot more garage door skins being produced and accepted that match up to an interesting sort of theme, and it's never been done before where it actually succeeded. So, yeah, I'm not feeling very confident with that garage door. It might just be a 60 cent to 80 cent barter. But again, let's wait till Wednesday, see how things pan out by then. Sinotype collection struggling. Sea survival bag, it doesn't glow in the dark. Just want to get that across to all of you. It does not glow in the dark. Nothing wrong with it. It's just, yeah. A lot of people probably assume that, yeah, we've got an interesting design. No one's going to be able to... Again, yeah. It's a fish. It's a giant fish. So, no, it's not. Well, I mean, when you look at it from that side, it looks as if it's literally a fish from the top, 2 eyes. But no, it's literally just a life... what do you call it? Life jacket? Life jacket, yeah. So... Right, so in regards to what we see here, sleeper bags. We've had some pretty cool looking designs in the past, but bright orange. Well, I mean, it worked for that. It also glowed in the dark, that one, though. So, I'm not feeling very confident with this either. I don't think there's going to be enough interest. I mean, it would be cool to have it on your, like, on your boat, but how many role players are there? Yeah, it's not looking very appealing to me. Might just stick with a barter. So I'll just say, yeah. I don't really have that much confidence with it. That's the best answer I can give to you. So then we have Nuke Room Double Armored Door. So the name was changed to match up to the collection, which of course you can see, boom, over to here. Only two deployables are doing quite nicely at the moment. The rest of them, not so much. So yes, Nuke Room Double Armored Door. Only 4,000 subscribers after about 7 hours in the restore. That's fine. If it doesn't sell too much, that should be pretty sweet. However, we are expecting a lot more Armored Double Door skins to be accepted as we go through the rest of this month, okay? So, as I look at you, remembering that the collection isn't exactly very in demand, remembering that not every single Armored Double Door that comes out now usually just works out perfectly fine, I'm not 100% sure you'll be retaining that $3 price. So, yeah, I might just stick with a barter in that one. Let's keep an eye out. Let's see if it could still work out nicely. I'm having doubts. I'm having doubts. So, all right, cool. Leave it there. Little wheel spinner. I did my preview video earlier today. I didn't even notice it glowed in the dark. Well, I'll be showcasing that to you, don't you worry. But yeah, it's just basically the spinning wheel from Bandit Camp, but small. I still believe that I'll drop down in price. Look at all the recent ones. You might notice, oh no. Even loves me not. So what's going to happen with this Lunar Zodiac spinning wheel? I don't think it's going to be retaining that $5 price. I think it'll be dropping off. I don't feel fully confident with spinning wheels. A fun novelty decorative item, but not exactly something that I think will ever turn into an insane profit. At the moment, if it does happen to retain that price, I think that'd be a manipulation. Imprisoned Demon AK-47. $3 a piece. Are you abnormal? Yeah, you should be fine. Okay, so you're abnormal. I'm not sure if everybody's going to go super wild for its colour scheme. It's a bit odd, But I think it looks reasonably okay. I've got no issue with that. So, okay. I'm looking at this. I'm very much concerned because in the past I've seen quite a lot of, quite a lot of interesting AK-47s listed at like $3 and $3.49. And then what happens? They crash and burn. They crash and burn. They go down in price pretty badly. That's the answer. So, yes, I'm a little bit concerned about that. But at the very least, I want to hop in game, hold it in my hand, see if it's looking pretty sweet. Maybe some things are just exaggerated, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so look at the idea there. Imprisoned Demon, I feel most confident. I'll just stick with a Barda. I'm not feeling that confident with you, sorry to say. Yep. And to my surprise, sort of, the lowest selling skin out of the entire batch is HellCore Thompson. But it's also listed at $4. So that is a bit wacky, isn't it? Yeah. We did see that happen with the MP5 as well. That still reached just over 21,000 subscribers. This right here, though. Well, it does have a transparent aim sight. It is continuing the HellCore collection and matching up with the themes of a transparent aim sight. So, yeah. AK-47, SAR, L96, MP5 and Thompson. I think Thompson would be one of the few that actually that actually manages to go up in the positive. It actually turns out to be quite an interesting profit after all. So, okay. HellCore. I believe we'll be seeing the hunting bow. You know what? Transparent crossbow, like the Stinger crossbow last year. It's for you to consider. But yes, I do believe we'll just we'll probably see this have a bit of a funny time. But let me also point this out to you. Quite some time back, I noticed a certain Deep Ruby Thompson. It came out. It was very unique. It was very special by itself. Well, it just went straight up into the positive. But with my Barda suggestions, I was much lower. Not everything is a guarantee. Not everything is AK. Nothing is ever perfectly going to match up to what you expect. All right, it'd be nice, but yeah. I believe the HellCore Thompson will be a hidden sort of gem. It'll just sit there in the background, not being noticed too much, and then boom, when the time's right, let's list something, and then Right, so that's $4. And that might be a bit of a concern, especially considering we could see other Thompsons with the same amount of transparency. So, okay. HellCore Thompson, I do want to go pretty strong with you. It's just, I'm just not feeling the confidence. I still think, with a lack of sales by next week, maybe that could still turn around and work out nicely. So, okay, fair enough. We'll leave it be. Right then. I just want to sit here and say I do apologise if I come across as looking very tired. I am very tired. So if I kind of pause for a little bit too long there and whatnot, the brain waves are barely moving at a nice rhythm. So let's just try and get through the rest of this. And let's try and get a good showcase of all the skins. At the very least, I wouldn't have to talk so much, which might help. So, right, cool. So let's now hop out of here and get a good look at all these skins in game. And so, first up, we've got Deployables to showcase, and boom. Get a good look at this brand new spinning wheel. So I guess that rolled over to the next month because that was the focused item for February. All right, you get the idea. Oh, okay. So, I didn't realise that glowed. Well, at least you know about it now as well. So, does it really make that much of a difference? Literally just last week we had a spinning wheel for Lunar New Year. That also glowed in the dark. To be honest with you, it kind of had a bit of a much more interesting design. This is just quite literally the spinning wheel from Bandit Camp, but, you know, it just made it glow slightly. Hey! No longer will you have to travel all the way to Bandit. You can just throw your life savings away in your own base. Yay! But where's it going to? Never mind. So, yeah, there you go. I'm not surprised it happened. I was fully expecting it to happen after a while. Props to Skin Creator. Congratulations on getting that accepted. And I don't know. Could we see a collection out of that? We'll see. Right. Behold. The first ever barbecue skin. And that's a bit of a strange one. Yep. Look at all the sizzling meats. What sizzling meats? Shh. Put your hand in it. No. So that's looking pretty cool. But how's it look at night time? Well, I don't really notice that much of a difference, to be honest with you. It's not super shiny. It's not super reflective. Okay. What about in total darkness? Well then, oh, that's a little bit different. Hey, so there was actually a bug. At night time, when it wasn't turned on, the barbecue wasn't supposed to glow. It's only supposed to glow when you've got it lit up at night time, like so. So yeah, that's correct. But this is now correct. So, okay. I thought something was a little bit odd. But now I can confirm this is supposed to not glow when there's nothing inside. So yeah, opinions please. Are you impressed? Now, over to here. It's a life jacket. If I could also just quickly do this, just to get the point across, it doesn't glow in the dark. But it is a bright orange. So maybe that could still be appreciated. But I'm not sure if there's enough people that, like, really care that much. Come on now, look, look, look. It's Nemo, it's a fish. Look at it, 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 look at it. You can see it now, right? Right, anyway, so, it's fine. I'm sure it'll keep you nice and safe. But nothing could make me feel ever so nice and happy. Other than this sheet metal door right here. Oh my, look at that. So, a good month and a half ago, I see this being submitted, because I have to remind you, the garage door was submitted and accepted quite nicely, but the second submission, that being this right here, it took a while for it to actually get submitted. The Skin Creator definitely took their time, but the quality is there. It looks nice. It looks cute. If you're hoping for any collection continuations, gotta wait a while. But I am hoping for like an armored double door. Honestly, Hazma armored double door would be a great shout, considering the competition. Yes, to see if the skin creators can get their skins accepted, whilst the skin is the focused item of the month and whatnot. So, cool. But Hazma, you have been incredibly successful once. Will you be incredibly successful again with the sheet metal door? If we do see ridiculous sales, I would worry for this in the future, right? So just keep that in mind. But based on what I'm seeing here, with the lights on as well, let's get a good look at it and see if you're shiny. Nope, no shine. Are you a fan? If the Skin Creator gets enough success, he could probably start sending his own plushies of the girl. But yes, perfectly fine looking design. I'm sure a lot of people will be appreciating that. You might not, right? You might not, but you have to take notice if other people really do, okay? So, we'll see what happens next. Right. So, I've already pointed this out. We've already had a farm garage door in the past. It was accepted. It didn't work out very nicely. Do you reckon this might be a little bit damage control? Face Punch realised that, oh, yeah, we might have screwed over every single storage collection in Rust. Let's make garage doors now. Let's go accept this now. So, alright, anyway. Skin Creator had no involvement in regards to that brand new DLC. I'm just making some jokes. I'm just being silly. Anyway. What would you like to see being made next? Neon Collection dabbled into up and down, like loot room and all that. Like, that was Duck. That was Duck. Yes, that was Duck. Anyway, focus. So anyway. Basically, are we actually going to see more of these being accepted? Because if we don't, this all by itself, it might not have a very fun time. Also, again, with the text, you can read that by now, right? F-A-R-M, farm. So, not much else for me to say. I just don't fully trust it. It's done nothing wrong. It's just another one appeared. Hasn't worked out. I instantly don't feel very confident with it. Anyway, if you're a fan, if you like what you see, consider showing support. And maybe this can work out very nicely. Quick apology if coming across as a bit like I am so sorry. I know, I'm so sorry. I'm literally in cruise control right now. The mind knows the exact type of things to be aware of. The brain wonders. So I'm getting some weird, like, strange, I don't know, like, this kind of looks like a guy with some sunglasses on, maybe a cigarette there. He's got his hands out. Is he trying to squish something? Or is that his feet? I don't know. But this is the return of the Nuke Room collection. Wasn't very in demand. That's a perfectly fine looking design. Now, some of you might be wondering, why did they pick this super late? I have a bit of a hunch, a bit of a conspiracy. Yes. So basically, are you aware that Face Punch has a very special collection made for Complete the Sets? With it now being the Armored Double Door month, with it being a focused item, maybe they've realised, hang on a minute, we've got this Armored Double Door from the past. Why don't we just accept this now? Because by default, we haven't seen that many Armored Double Door skins even being accepted, like, ever. Like, overall, it's not that much of them. So, yeah, they probably had that in the backlog, and they thought, you know what, there's probably no better time for it than now. So they went in, you know, added it here, ta-da. I'm not upset with that. It's fine. I just know there's probably some more interesting things on the horizon. So, yeah, okay. So, are you a fan? Do you like what you see? Go for the comment below. And now we have naval camo. So I don't think dark blue is actually like camouflage. I don't know. You can dispute that. Offer your opinions and whatnot. Anyway, looking fine, looking interesting, but I ask you, will we actually see tier 3? Will we actually see some boots and gloves? I kind of wouldn't be surprised that there are at least attempts. Is that the end for Black Ops then? No. You got next week. Don't be surprised if we see something next week. Alright, well, fair enough. That was pretty, quick. How about now we go ahead and put on the hoodie and pants that appeared in a Rust store quite some time back. I'm blue, dabba dee dabba die, dabba dee dabba da, dabba dee dabba die. Bam, ba, 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 bam, ba, da, 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 ba, 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 ba. Shut up, Monument. You're ruining my singing. Anyway. Yep, that's looking pretty cool. Now, just want to point out, with the like the gold trim all around, not very reflective. Not very reflective at all, so looking pretty cool. What's your opinion? Feel free to comment below. Shut up, Monument, not you. Okay. Time to showcase the weapons. Get a good look at the ever so lovely looking return of the HellCore collection. HellCore Thompson in my hands, so I feel so special. So you got the interesting white and black pattern design, looking very nice and stylish. Keep an eye out. I'm sure you'll be seeing it quite a lot more in the future. Now, if I could just hold this and do that, boom. You'll notice it does have transparency. This is probably the most transparency you will see on a Thompson. I mean, you could go further, but it starts adding holes to the gun, which looks really weird. It's probably, well, it's most likely something that Face Punch is trying their best to avoid. So, okay. At least we got the maximum amount. That's nice to see. But what's next to this proposed collection? Well, what weapon would you like to see? I personally don't want to see a revolver anytime soon. Other than that, I'm good. I guess some tools couldn't hurt, but he should be focusing trying to get transparent aim sights and all the skins whilst he can. So honestly, just look at what Heatseeker did. I mean, a sap would be perfectly fine. He could do a Python, that'd be perfectly fine. Don't do a revolver just yet, please, please, please. Anyway, let's give that a nice little reload. Not too bad. The white on the aim sight, it could add a little bit of red, just a tiny little bit of red. It would have been perfectly fine. Like, imagine running around with this in the snow. Ooh. Night time. And not very noticeable. Not very noticeable. Oh, okay. Oh then. That's a bit of a shame, I guess. I mean, did you want it to be nice and shiny and super in your face? Well, yeah, there you go. Okay, so understood. Right then. What are you thinking? Do you like what you see? It costs $4. That's not cheap. $4 a piece. Well, it's a treat, okay? Spoil yourself. Enjoy yourself. That's a perfectly fine looking Thompson skin. So, it's up to Skin Creator what he does next. Comment below, I'm sure he'll read it. What weapon skin do you absolutely need to see being made next? Go. I mean, an SKS would be fine, just saying. And next up, we were expecting it. No Mercy SKS has been accepted. Now earlier I kind of bigged it up. Okay. The big special thing about it was that it looked very noticeable at night time. For some strange reason, now that I look at it again, it's not that noticeable. I'm not sure what that's all about. So yeah. You'll see that in a second with your own eyes. First of all, let's just get a good look at its sleek design produced by Mr. Bad Trip and Mr. Hulk. Oh yes, it's an exquisite design. So yeah, the first white SKS, predominantly white I should say. I think that might be having a pretty fun time ahead of it. Right, now let's go to here, aim down. That is a standard normal sight. So, okay, cool. Looking pretty sweet. Come on now, how's it look? Well, at night time, I can't confirm. Previously, it was super easy to see. Not sure what's going on there, but oh. That was really easy to see earlier. I'm not sure what happened. Well, at the end of the day, still nice looking SKS. So let's just go over to here, observe it in the light. And of course, go back a bit. Boom. There you go, much better. There we go, perfect. Right. Whew. So, what are your thoughts? Do you reckon this actually might work out quite nicely with it being the only white SKS? Or inevitably, do you think like a comics SKS would be produced and potentially accepted? Well, we'll just have to wait and see. And last but not least, get a good look at this AK. I do like the chain that goes all the way around. That's a nice little touch. That's looking pretty cool. How many AKs are we going to see this year? To be honest, it didn't feel like we had that many this year. It really didn't. But, you know, as we progress, I'm starting to notice that, oh, hang on a minute, yeah, we're starting to see them become a lot more frequent again. So, okay. It looks reasonably cool, but that might just be my preference or what I say. Off your own, feel free to comment below. But yes, could this turn into a brand new collection? Well, got to wait for the skin creator to keep making more of these things. Anyway, so they look nice. Looking pretty cool. Now, standard sight. Let's give him some ammo. Standard sight. Somewhat golden design, nice and shiny. Well then. Nighttime look. Okay. Not very visible. Not super easy to spot. Might be a bit of a concern. But, you know, once you hear it, oh, you know exactly what's about to happen. Right, nighttime. Over to here. Oh, yeah, first of all, let's just get a look at that. Nice and shiny. Lovely stuff. And over to here. Boom. Nicely lined up. Looking pretty sweet. So once again, I do apologise if I came across as like really lethargic and slow and tired, because I'm all of that right now. That's a very nice looking AK. Keep up the good work, Skin Creator. We'll be keeping an eye out to see if you have any other very interesting designs that could potentially be accepted in the future, alright? Keep up the good work. Okay, so yep, that's all the skins showcased. I'll ask you once again, out of all these skins, which one happens to be most favourite? Especially after we just looked at them. So, we've just had a force wipe. You better keep track of all the things that are going on. Boxes DLC, I'll talk about you in a second. But yeah, new content. Easter 2026 DLC. It looks as if it's just going to be a brand new Rustage egg. So, it's just around the corner. Amethyst Rustage egg. So purple? Yeah, purple. So, yeah. Floor paper? Okay, so, yeah, looks like we're getting wallpaper and floor paper. Even more. So we saw it for Halloween. We saw it for Christmas. Looks like we're seeing it for this as well. I'm going to do like an American wallpaper or floor paper for July 4 or something. I'm sure that'd sell a lot. Right, over to here. Let's just keep track. So, attachment charms. Attachment charms for the... If you bought the backpack, correct? If that's correct, yeah. I think I remember that. So, it looks like that'll probably be ready soon enough. Looking pretty sweet. Looking pretty cool. What else we got? So, yeah. Just keep track of everything that's being mentioned every day. It only takes a few minutes. You might potentially be one of the first people to find out something very interesting is about to come out. So, alright, cool, understood. We get that. Right. So, if you're curious in regards to what potentially could be accepted next week, consider watching my most recent Rust Workshop skin check. Sorry for me. Why did it go so bright? Consider watching my most recent Rust Workshop skin checks video for March 3, 2026. All the collection continuations are chaptered. We saw some very interesting revolvers. We saw some very interesting armoured double doors, but none of them were accepted today. We'll see. We've got meat. We've got an Isoparam rocket launcher. We've got an ever so lovely batch of barbecue skins as well. I'm kind of surprised they went with the barbecue they chose today, because there's a lot of very interesting designs. But again, next week, 2 barbecues wouldn't surprise me. Really wouldn't surprise me. So if you want to get a nice early look, consider watching this. Cool. And now, it is time to talk about this brand new DLC. So in regards to when we first found out about this, that was November 2025. Ever since we found out this was being worked on, we started worrying. We started having a little bit of a panic. Throughout all of post-Christmas, all pre-existing storage collections didn't really go up in price that much because, well, people just didn't really know what to do. Quite a lot of people dumped. And maybe that was the smart thing to do because, oh, have you seen how bad it's been recently with the storage collections? I'm talking the Sinotype, Graffiti, Scientific, and even Neon storage set. Simply because we knew that this was coming. A face punch made storage collection. for only $18. What? Yeah. So I will be putting out a special video this Saturday discussing what happened, how everything went down, our thoughts, our feelings. Yes, we'll be putting out a video this Saturday, and I hope you see the funny side of it, because I'm struggling. So, cool. How about we hop in game? Give this a good look, but not only that, I want to compare it to Sinotype, just to get the point across that it wouldn't surprise me if a lot of people would prefer to just get this. What makes you say that? Well, hang in there, Hedge. Right, let's focus. So, say hello to the Boxes DLC. Or, you know, just the storage DLC. So they've all got like a pretty interesting design to them. I believe they're supposed to be like referencing the overall theme, which is clever, which is nice. I will respect it. It's just the design of it looks very, I don't know, worn out, rusty and whatnot. Like, okay, that's an interesting touch. I'm not sure if it's visually appealing for everybody to froth at the mouth and chase after. Well, I mean, we'll see what happens next. But it's a perfectly fine, lovely assortment of large boxes. And again, before we even saw everything go down in regards to like all these storage collections dropping in value, just the neon storages together cost like $250+. Pushing 300, yeah, ridiculous. It's not the most visually appealing, but all people mostly care about is the fact that they can read it small side and long side. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this would be the go-to option. Maybe those with a little bit more funds would just be committing to using neon. Would it still retain its value if, like, okay, so neon storages have that sort of prestige to them. They've been so valuable for such a long time. Surely they wouldn't like crash and burn, you know, so yeah, anyway. So looking at what we have here, for $18, you do get some pretty interesting approaches. It's just, it's not super colourful like graffiti. It's not nice and clean and neat like the neon storages. It's this. But in comparison to Sinotype, the collection that suffered the most, oh, this is night and day. What do you mean? It's clearly day. Shut up, Hedge. Anyway, moving on. So, let's just move the sun around. There you go. Can you read this? Can you read this? For the longest time, people will sit here and say, I don't understand it. I don't understand Mandarin. No, this is very stylized English. To the left, C, L, O, cl. Second portion, T, H, E, S. Cloves. And then if you look at the top, oh look, it's some cloves. So, yeah. Some people might get a little bit confused in regards to what they're looking at here. Are you struggling now? Are you struggling now? So, yeah. Oh dear. It might not be the most visually appealing, but a lot of people just going to be able to, they just want to read what's in there. They quickly drop off the thing, they're out, okay? So, we'll see what becomes of the Sinotype collection from here and now. Woo! Word. What is your opinion? Do you prefer the guns from the brand new DLC? Or do you prefer the stylish approach of Sinotype? There is no right answer. There is only differing opinions. But if the majority of people would rather just get the DLC and save quite a lot. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So, clear as day, easy to read, and the more you add, the more visually you'll see being added to it. 1 gun, 2 gun, 3 gun, 4, 5 gun, 6 gun, 7 gun, more gun, gun. Right. So, like, did it add? Did it contribute? Oh yeah, look, you can see them inside. But it's double barrel shotguns. So it has like a generic sort of like assortment of guns. And I do believe, based on the amount that you put in, is, well, clearly, the map that you're seeing there. So if I completely fill it up. Okay, yep, so I filled it up with various weapons and guns and whatnot. So now, if I could just pull back and just bask in amazement. Let's now creep in there and see what we can see. Because as you stand over it, you might notice you can see a few assorted, like, default guns and whatnot. Let's get inside a little bit more. And there you go. All of them on display. From a revolver to a frag grenade to a tomahawk. Yeah. It's very low poly because you're not really supposed to see it very clearly. So, okay. A lot of the brand new, well, all of these brand new boxes, DLC large boxes, should be doing this for all their focused, like, well, items and content and whatnot. So, okay. What about scrap? So as long as they fill in a slot. Doesn't mean it's maximum. It's full. Okay, yep. So we'll add them all individually and just chuck that in there as well. Put one there. Right, close. There you go. Right, so in the instance with the scrap, it's when all the actual slots are actually filled in. So yeah, if that was all joined up together, the pile in there wouldn't actually be that big. But when it's all spread out like so, yeah, when it fills in a slot, then it'll fill in a lot more based on what you see visually here. So that's cool. It's just, yeah, you got to understand that, if that makes sense. So yeah, not too bad. Are you actually impressed? Feel free to comment below. But just remember, not tradable, not marketable, permanently bound to your account. So if that really wasn't for you, okay, well, maybe don't go near it. But just to point out, with what we just saw at the scrap box, the same rules apply to all the other storages. So when more things, or rather squares, slots are filled in, even if it's just by one particular thing and not a stack of things altogether, yeah, that's how it fills out more. So yeah, I hope you understand. I should also point out, yes, I bought some skins last week, from last week. I got it wrong. I completely mistook it for the overall things that I bought. I bought over 100 skins. I didn't buy 100 of the wooden double door. Very sorry to have said that. Just wanted to clarify that. And yeah, I bought 50 Jade Dragon roadside kilts, 30 coffee cans, cheap, affordable green armor. Oh, say no more. So, one thing we neglected to really like jump into was talking about, well, the reaction. We saw some collection continuations today. As you can see, Hazma is currently sitting here at $4. Almost 300 of them have sold in the past 24 hours. Well then, suddenly people care a lot about it. Okay, that's pretty interesting. It was trending downwards pretty badly. But now, well then, now that's starting to improve. Is it always going to climb upwards though? No. We'll see what happens next. But just remember, there's a lot of these in circulation. And if we end up having another situation where we've got like a very in-demand skin, but so much of it's out there that it's hard for it to really move up much, yeah, I guess that won't be so fun. So thoughts and opinions, offer them if you want. Who here actually bought naval camo hoodie and pants? I should have. So this is comfortably pushing up to like $5, and over to here, this is comfortably over $4. So yeah, I don't think I actually picked up any of the Barda, and I'm sad inside. That would have been cool, but it didn't happen. So, oh damn. But still, great success. Amazing success. We were questioning it. In fact, more specifically last week, we looked at all the clothing and the armor that was submitted. Black Ops Tier 2, Naval Camo Tier 2. I honestly thought it was going to be between these two. But maybe it's this week and next week. I'd like to see it happen. I know for a fact a lot of people really do want to see Black Ops Tier 2 being accepted, so I look forward to the possibility. So, yeah, not too bad. Sales are looking pretty sweet. Oh, Hazma Sheet Matador's already surpassed 10,000 subscribers. Well, we've got quite a lot more time to go, but it's probably easily surpassing 40,000 subscribers after it's, at the very least, after its 7-day tenure in the restaurant. So, cool. How about we now go ahead and wrap up the video? Easter's just around the corner. Did you enjoy the stacked month of Naval Update, then Valentine's, the linear restores? Wow. Guess you could say I tried my best to try and save some funds, but we saw some very interesting things, so... Yeah, even last week I went and bought a bunch of skins. Here's hoping they improve ever so nicely in the future. And let's just make sure we get a good look at this farm garage door. Is it blue there? Is that intended? Yeah, it looks like it is. Yeah. Right then. Looking nice. And then of course night time with the fire on nearby. The torch is lit. Casts an eerie flame lit source of light. Oh. Yeah, looking cool. So that's it. That's a wrap. That is March 4 swipe. I've been screaming quite a lot today. Just waiting for that DLC to appear. Well, at least it's out now, so I don't have to worry anymore. But do take notice. Oh, wow. They do stand out very nicely at night time, don't they? And it's very easy to read. Comps, ammo, tools, yep. These brand new storages, I think a lot of people would be taking a liking to them. So, it would be very interesting if Face Punch revealed how much they sold. I'd be very curious to find out about that, but I don't think they would want to allow it to be known. So, okay. Alright then. That is it. That is a wrap. So, thank you once again for watching. I wish you all the best, and I hope you have an absolutely wonderful weekend. It took my gun. I got too close to fishing village. It got confiscated. No, it got confiscated. This would have been a lovely showcase of the SKS if I had one.